We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. I'll ask for returns for you guys to smash that like button. And here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, after having a continuous rally to the upside. After today's CPI report, the stocks started to fall. The SPY fell for most of the day, and early on in the pre-market, our SPY bot gave us that edge, and it sent out a bear indicator since 8:35 a.m. And from that moment forward into the bell, and even after the bell, there was a continuation of weakness, and puts went up 500% plus, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge over the charts, check out the link down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected to our SPY bot, QQQ bot, and our newly released Tesla bot. And we have other bots on the way so that you can receive the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities. And I'm an advocate that every single investor should have clarity and edge over their charts. It doesn't have to be 42 vision, but if you find value in what we share here and you want to gain this edge and clarity over the charts and join a community of members using these resources to maximize in either direction, check out the link down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator. We look forward to having you join us. So here we are with the SPY having a complete transition from the rip area to the dip area. And I talked about this in yesterday's video, right? We double bottom here from the last dip area and this area right here from red bars, and we've had a continuous upward trend of extreme strength of bright green. And eventually what follows? The transitions back down, like you could see right here, a complete transition from the rip to the dip, right? So super important to keep that in mind. I'm going to zoom that in right here so you can see it right there, from the rip to the dip. And now we are transitioning all the way down from the rip area to the dip area. And as you see it here, it is trying to find support, and it's fallen from way up here at 415 to lows here of 392. And now everybody's asking themselves, could this go back up or have a dead cat bounce from such an extreme drop? That's what we're going to break down in today's video based off 42 vision, the inflow versus outflow indicator. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home and opportunity I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And as you see popping up here on the screen, these are some of the home runs I've managed to find this week alone. While not guaranteed to be this way every single time, we strive for opportunities like these every single day. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So these are the two stocks I mentioned this morning. Both of them gave jumps at 3 to 5%, 5 to 10% plus, but one of them turned out to be a home run, and that was VNET. We caught this one in the pre-market under a bull indicator, full strength on 42 vision. Those inflows were picking up, and towards the bell, it went with strength and jumped nearly 10% plus, pulled back right after the bell. Those outflows started to pick up, but the inflow stayed above the midpoint as you see here, shifted from red to green, full strength on the inflow versus outflow. 42 vision was still strong, still under a bull indicator, no bear indicator, and gave a highest point of 25% plus, guys. If you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. So here we are with the SPY, and as I stated earlier in the video, completing a complete transition from the rip area to the dip area, right? From bright green to white with red borders on 42 vision. CPI data came in hotter than expected. I broke that down in yesterday's video, what key levels to watch. It tried breaking out, and once CPI data came out, it actually rejected key levels of resistance and broke through support here of 408, back down here towards 405 and 402, and all the way below $400, guys. This was a very big pullback today, right? If you see the headlines, it's talking about one of the worst days since March of 2020. And the question mark is, will this continue? I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below. Do you think this could go lower, or is it going to have a spike back up sometime this week? Even though it's not a real run, but I'm referring to some dead cat bounce or some type of quick momentum up before the next leg down. I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below. I'm going to pull up the bull and bear indicators which you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected to the SPY bot, the QQQ bot, our newly released Tesla bot, and we have other bots on the way so that you can receive the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities. And you can now join the members using these resources to maximize in either direction by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. Slots are now open for those interested. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator and getting connected to the inflow versus outflow. So here we are with the bull indicators that we talked about in yesterday's video. The bear indicator, the previous one, was short-lived. The bull indicator that it had before was pretty strong, started the run, consolidated, and then it had a bull indicator that lasted for 3 days straight. And I talked about how important it was that this was transitioning from that double bottom area and then also in extreme strength here. We need to watch how these inflows versus outflows reacted, because this is one of the closest times that we got to the midpoint, and it tried bringing itself back up. But as soon as that information came out on CPI data being harder than expected, right here, it pulled down, crossed the midpoint right after that bear indicator, and continued after the bell and for the rest of the day. I mean, this bear indicator on the 30-minute lasted all day. The one on the 15-minute right after it crossed the outflows, and same thing here with the 5-minute. This was a tremendous amount of bearishness, and the outflows dominated for the whole entire day, holding and suppressing the stock down at lower levels. And those bear indicators did not have even one single bull indicator come up to go ahead and cancel it. It dominated over the day's chart, and you could see how far on the bigger picture on the 30-minute it has actually pulled away from the midpoint, right? And right now it's trying to bring itself back up. You could see some dip buying going on, but not enough to get back towards the midpoint or even cross. I'm going to be watching for that, like I stated. I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below. Do you think it could try to have a bounce, even if it's not a real bull rally, if not a bull rally within the bear market cycle that we're in right now, as fast as it went down, but a type of, dead cat bounce or just momentum shifting before coming right back down to the next support level? I look forward to seeing those thoughts and how you feel about this, and also CPI data. How do you feel about this? Do you think it's going to further affect the charts in the long term, or do you think the Fed has a chance to fight inflation? I mean, these numbers were alarming and surprising, and I look forward to seeing the viewers and every single investor and member that watches me and those that are in my Discord and community. I look forward to seeing your thoughts if you're watching this video. So here we are with the SPY in this area of erasing all those gains, coming back to retest the 390 mark. And that's a very important support level, because if that gets broken through, when you zoom out towards the 4-hour, that is the next support level. And below that is back down here towards 380, and then the 371 area where I talked about the triple bottom, double bottom effect that happened here. And since then, the stock market ran, right? It broke through 420, went to 430, and since then we are in a zigzag to the downside. So very, very interesting stuff. And right now we need to watch these key support levels. And when you zoom out once again to the 4-hour, yes, it is under a bear indicator, and it's in the shifts from the rip area back down towards the dip area. The one piece missing is going from red to white with red borders. But very interesting enough, this inflow versus outflow, I'm going to be watching if it crosses on the 4-hour chart or if it finds a support and holds itself above it, because it is at a very, very pivotal level and very, very close. I mean, it has not crossed just yet, as you see there. It's getting to it. And the last time it crossed, it went down from 416 all the way to the 380s. And right now, the last time it crossed back up, it went from the 390s all the way to the 414 mark. So that cross section right there is going to definitely impact this chart in the bigger picture and start to actually pop up in the chart's reaction, right? To retest 388, 380s, and then 370s. And then worst case scenario, the lows of June that a lot of people are stating we may not even touch. I look forward to seeing your thoughts on that as well. Now, when you zoom back into the 1 hour, you could see it's coming to an area to retest the last time the bull indicator popped up at 393. So this is a very important area to find support or break down even further. This is very, very important to watch. This CPI data erased nearly 4 days back to back of a run in one single day. That's how much volatility is in the markets right now. And this is why I've stated this before. I'm an advocate that every single investor should have clarity and an edge over the charts. It doesn't have to be 42 vision again, but I personally believe, not financial advice, just my personal opinion and perspective, that volatility is here to stay, and to be able to maximize within it, it makes all the difference. It makes it all that better to have clarity and an edge over the charts, right? So a lot of volatility. When we zoom back in here on the 30-minute, I'm going to be watching going into tomorrow if it could start coming back up towards the midpoint. If it crosses it, it could try to bring itself back up and break through $399, $400. That'll be interesting. We'll see what happens. But if it stays suppressed below it and it can't get back above it and it continues to reject back down to the downside, well, I'm going to be watching 380, and then below that, the areas of 370, 375, and so forth. But right now, when you zoom in to the 15-minute, it's still below the midpoint, and on the 5-minute, it's right there on the edge, almost as if it wants to try to rally tomorrow or try to have a dead cat bounce. Not guaranteed, but such a big drop in one day that some of those bulls could try to reappear after this, or it could be a fake out. And that's why I'm going to zoom out, look at the 15-minute, look at the 30-minute. Are we going to reject those midpoints and continue below it, meaning that there's further weakness in the charts and there's a hidden divergence that even if it tries to come back up, it's going to just go right back down to newer lows and new resistance levels, right, that are being formed as it continues to break through supports. And this 4 hour is a big deal, crossing that midpoint there if it does, and the 1 hour is below as we see it. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.